Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you doing today? It's a day. It's a day. We've had fog so many days. Our trees are laden with the ice, you know, and it's all pretty, but they don't need it. They need some rest from this weight. Kind of like me. So, remember we were talking about fat pants back in December? You know, fat pants. Yes, fat pants. So what do you do when your fat pants are not the fat pants anymore, but the comfy pants, and your favorite jeans aren't that comfy anymore? Yeah, I have this problem. I'm sorry. Christmas was stressful, and we had cookies, and my kids gave me a box of candy, and I'm not all the way through that candy, but you know, it's there. And I got popcorn and flavorings, you know, from my son's girlfriend, and yeah, all the things, all the fun things. And yeah, so it's like, oh crap, what do you do? Well, I know there's two reasons for this, because I noticed it already in December. And one of the things was, in November, I hurt my back. I was doing things I shouldn't do because my husband can't do them, and I moved this big computer desk out of my storage room, and probably should not have. Okay, but I ended up, and then it was bothering me a little bit, but then I sat on the floor, you know, for too long, and then because I was, you know, sorting bottles and counting and all this stuff, and yeah, ended up really like throwing my back out as such as I have never done before, ever in my life. Even roofing and hauling those bundles of shingles around, never took my back out like this. Maybe it was God trying to show me what my husband is going through. I do have a lot more sympathy for him now. That's for sure. But yeah, so I threw my back out in November, and it was a very good, solid 3-4 weeks before I was actually doing, you know, being my normal self, you know, crawling up shelves and you know, all over the place, you know, all over. But, you know, so I noticed that. And so then I quit doing this simple little get fit routine, that I did in the mornings because, well, you know, it hurt my back. I couldn't do it. I haven't done that since. Like I said, that's why I don't do New Year's resolutions, because I start stuff and stop stuff, and I need to get back into that one. But that sucked. It really sucked. So now it sucks because my fat pants they fit fine. That's the problem. Ugh, what do you do? What do you do? I'm not a sweatpants person, you know, so, which is good, because I don't want to graduate into sweatpants all day. That'd be bad. And I don't want to buy new jeans. I have a couple pairs that are bigger, and, you know, they do the job, but they're not my favorite jeans. You know, they're not my favorite jeans that I want to wear all the time, you know, so it sucks. What do you do? I'm going to have to cut out the creamer, coffee creamer. Might have to go back to the oat one. The oat straw we did this summer. I'm going to end up doing that and going back to an oat milk with spices to put in my coffee. And I've been cutting down on coffee, so the creamer's not there, but the creamer was there a lot in December, let me tell you. Yeah, but that was one of the things I was trying to cut out because it's so bad for you. It's so bad. Yeah. Yep. That's my dilemma. What's your dilemma today? Like, seriously, answer me back. What's your dilemma? What's your problem? We can all sit here and chit chat or text chat, you know, our dilemmas and bring it out. But yeah, okay, yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the fat pants, go back to, it's a December video, isn't it? I swear it's a December video. If I remember, I'll look and I'll post it below. Been so busy. Today we are doing, oh, bath fizzies for kids. I'll talk more about it in the video. 3 things, dream big, be true to you. You are worth it. Let's go check out these bath fizzies. And to the bath fizzies. So, it's very similar to my bath bomb recipe. Little tweaks here and there. And I always start off with the fragrance oil in the Dendritic salt, whatever you call it. It is supposed to help hold the fragrance oil in the product, like bath salts and bath bombs and bath fizzies, and to keep it, to hold it in there, you know, so it stays longer. So I figure it's worth the chance. And it's just a type of salt. So great in the tub also. And I make sure to mix this together really good and give it a chance to, you know, hold on to each other. I used to put my clay in there and Epsom salt, but I don't anymore. I just leave it all by itself. The next thing I measure out is my citric acid, because it is the last thing I put in here, and therefore it's the first thing the next thing I measure, so I can put it to the side and I don't forget about it. It's a process, total process. And then comes the baking soda. Where there is baking soda, there is citric acid, and where there is citric acid, it seems there's always baking soda. They're like stuck together like glue. Usually the ratios are, you know, whatever your baking soda is, you half it, and that's what the citric acid is. It's a good ratio. Some people will do 75% citric acid instead of 50%, but I think the 50% is best. That is just a little bit of Epsom salt. You know, it is for the bathtub, and salts are great, and just a little bit is all we need. But next comes cornstarch. There's always a little bit of cornstarch. I like the way it helps, I don't know, disperse. Is that a word for this? I don't know. I just like it. And then there's a little bit of kaolin clay. I suppose you want my recipe. I don't know if you can see the scale there. And then a little bit of mica. This is not. Yeah, okay. For a minute there, I was thinking I was on the wrong video. Yeah, it is a thing. Okay, purple mica, purple queen's mica from Brambleberry. A little bit in there, just so I know which bath fizzy it is in the end. Because you know that's a thing. You gotta know which one you're packaging. And next step is just to make sure I have all the clumps out of the baking soda. Whoops, I hit my camera. Yeah. All the clumps out of the baking soda. And you can run this through a sifter. I don't, just because I'm lazy. It's actually more work to do it this way. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I just, you know, so you just go around and make sure all the clumps are in there. And that's why we add the mica to it. And then there is a little bit of sunflower oil. You could use castor oil. You could use almond oil if you're not worried about allergies. There's a whole thing there I don't want to get into. Any light oil works well, okay? Any light oil. Apricot kernel, rice bran, you know, whatever your preference is. And then I add my dendritic salt with my fragrance oil that has been all absorbed so it can withstand a little bit of time. And just mix it really good. Really, really good. That is my plan. Mix it really, really good. I don't pour the oil in here anymore or the water, because I find it just blows up on me. Don't ask me why. So that sprayer bottle is water, distilled water, and just to wet it down, it's probably close to 2 grams. I've tried measuring it, and it's probably 2 grams of water, but don't ask me. I just make sure it's nice and it feels right, before I add the citric acid to it. Okay? Make sure it's damp enough before you add the citric acid, because once you add the citric acid, you really don't want to be spraying anything, in there too much. These are my molds. You've seen them before. These are for lotion bars and smelly things. Nothing with menthol in them. My shower steamers molds are specifically for that because, they still smell like menthol. And I'm kind of odd about this, use the spoon because otherwise I get it all over the place. And I try to work as fast as I can because sometimes I feel like it's drying out as I do it, which is not, it's not really a thing. It's not going to dry up in the 10 minutes or whatever it takes me to mold these, but sometimes I just feel like it is, like time's against me. And if it gets to that point, just spray a little bit in there. Just spritz a little bit and mix it really quick. It should be okay, but I try not to do that just because citric acid has a homing device on any water in the area. Seriously. So, mold and push. I pack these just like my shower steamers, as packed full as possible. Because believe me, if you knew how many times I have had to redo these, like not this one. I didn't have to redo this batch, which was great. Maybe it's because I was actually filming it. I've got like 4 or 5 other batches, and I had to redo 2 of them, where basically I packed them, I set them, and they like crumbled out of the mold. Don't cry. Don't get upset. It's okay. Just put them back into the bowl, okay? And spritz them. Spritz and mix, spritz and mix, spritz and mix, right? Crumble them down and repack them. I've done it. You can do it. It does work, okay? So if you don't get it the first time, sorry about the video. Wowzers. But it is doable, okay? It is doable. And to unmold, I just flip them over onto a sheet of wax paper that I tend to reuse for these things, and they come out just like the shower steamers and anything else in this mold. They just pop right out. And since I'm using this as, I'm not just packaging all of these, I'm going to package individual ones in each pack. So I put them in a glass mason jar just to store them till I'm ready to package. Okay. And just like the bath melts, I figured I'd show you what these look like. And these are fun. They float, they fizz, they smell, they do all the things. So I was running a little bit of water in here to show you how they would swirl around the tub when you're running the water for your child. They melt in about a minute or so. They are small, so, kids have a short attention span. This is how I package them. It is a shrink wrap bag that I stick them in and just line them up and twist the top, and then I shrink it down just like that. There's 5 in a bag, just assorted flavors, and then I tie it with that little ribbon just on top just to give it a little bling, and then I label it with my bath fizzies. Do not get wet until ready label. And there you go. Bath fizzies for kids or adults if you feel like it. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.